Hey guys, welcome to another episode of the A3U Review.
We got a jam-packed episode, lots of new things came in, so we're actually going to take a look at all of the cool little things that have come in over the last little bit.
That's right, then afterwards, we're going to give a review and score for the Takara Masterpiece Edition, Ironhide.
That's right.
Yes, my name's Alex.
I'm Boris.
You're watching
the A3U Review.
So in this segment, the very first thing we're going to do is take a look at a bunch of new items that were released recently. And we're going to start off with the Perfect Effect Xerxes. And this guy looks kind of familiar, doesn't he?
Yeah, that's right. The reason why I'm not going to go, full into it is because it was already released as Leonidas in its primary colors, which was the white and the white, red, and gold, basically.
Gold, yes, yeah.
And that was basically Leo Prime.
Mm-hmm.
So I thought we'd look at the different coloring. I wish I had a Leonidas. I don't. That thing was so popular. I even didn't have one saved for myself,
It just
which really
sold
sucks.
out really fast.
Yeah, sold faster than I could even keep one. But, that doesn't matter because enter Xerxes.
Yeah.
You still got to be a little bit careful with these pieces here. They can break off. Apparently in the original version they did, the lion mane. But I'm kind of looking at it more for the aesthetics and the coloring right now, and it just blew me away.
Yes.
It's also got a lot of die cast in it, so that's what kind of adds some weight to the figure. It also, die cast isn't always easy to deal with in terms of posing and whatnot, so it does come with the stand just like the original one did, so that you can hoist it up and do all of its cool poses. But what I do like is how well the die cast has been painted here in the black. Very, very fine paint job, just like the very original version. But the colors, man, they're blowing me away right now.
Oh man, the colors look so good.
This thing looks so great in the black.
Yes.
They used this metallic bluish, which actually works really, really well.
Yep.
Because of the slightly muted red on the. It's almost like
a copper.
Yeah, it's a copper maroonish.
Yeah.
Kind of red, metallic red.
Yeah, I'm really impressed with a lot of things about it. Like you said, the whole aesthetic, the paint job, the color scheme, it just goes so well. The die cast parts blend in really well with the plastic parts. This looks like even like a high quality, like a Soul of Chogokin type of figure. You know what I'm saying? Like those die cast Japanese robots. It looks just like that same quality. It's just a really good looking robot.
Yeah, and in general, I've always liked the design ever since the first version. This Xerxes and the Leonidas, this mold, I have to say is, not only a great kind of unique design, but everything flows so well about this figure. Just what a great, unique piece to have in your collection. Even if you have the original Leonidas, the black colors really bring out a lot of different details about this figure. So I do recommend for those that have it even to get your hands on the Xerxes. It really is a great figure. Another, I feel, home run by Perfect Effect. I am always looking forward to seeing more and more come out of this company. Let's look at the next item. Lots of new things to look at, so I gotta, as much as I'm drooling over this right now, we gotta take a look at the next thing.
Okay, and up next we have something that you might be quite familiar with. That would be the G2 version of the Combiner Wars Superion.
Yeah, this came out as a gift set, and it actually includes the proper limb. Doesn't come with Alpha Bravo, it comes with quick sling or slingshot, whatever you want to call it. And it also brings a lot of value because it also gives you the different coloring of the Power Glide, which isn't necessary to complete this, but it does come with it, so you can put it on the gun and make some massive war gun with power glide. It looks actually kind of odd, but I like this color for power glide.
Yeah.
But overall, the G2 aesthetics, just wanted to give a little bit of a closer look at the actual coloring and everything. What do you think?
I like the clean look of this, and of course, you know, I have more connection to this because that's what I ended up growing up with. To be completely honest, I think that it looks decent with the red, the blue, the white, but it just doesn't quite have the same feel that I like about this.
Right.
I don't know what it is. Maybe it's just because I never was into the G2 figures. Although there are some G2 figures that did look pretty good.
I actually really love G2.
Yeah,
I love the funky
some of them
colors.
are pretty good, actually.
I love the wacky, you know, clashing harmony.
Yeah.
And there's actually a method to all of that madness when you really, you know, go down that rabbit hole. For me, I really like this take on Superion. I really wish that the North American line would have included slingshot or made it easier to get.
Yeah.
Or included in a gift set with the regular scheme.
Yeah.
But, you know, for the value, I actually think this is a great value for the whole entire set of them in these colors. And these colors are actually really vibrant. They're really, really nicely done. One thing that does throw me off is the gold coming out of nowhere. But at the same time, I mean, that adds to this whole clashing thing that the G2 sets did have. So honestly, if you're a G2 fan, I highly recommend you pick up this set.
Yeah.
It's really good. There's also other G2 colors for the rest of the line that are coming out, like the Stunticons and Bruticus. So, you know, I really think that it's worth your while picking this up. If you do have any of the other Combiner Wars, it kind of makes this really cool set to have them side by side.
Yeah, it's kind of completing your Combiner Wars / Unite Warriors collection by having this guy there.
Yeah, that's right. So yeah, if you haven't already, I highly recommend that you pick it up. Lots of good value in that. Let's take a look at some other stuff.
Now finally, we have our next bunch of items that we're going to take a look at, and they are a lot smaller than what we saw previously.
Baby Transformers.
Yes.
So a few companies right now are making an effort to fulfill the dreams of the SD fandom. For those of you that don't know, that means super deformed. You know, I'm gonna look at Triptychon here first, or Diabolus.
Diabolus, okay.
Yeah, this is by Mastermade, the same company that made the Metroplex or the Titan. This thing is like, it's like really heavy.
Yeah.
You could hurt someone with this. There's a lot of die cast in it. So it already feels substantial.
Yeah.
The plastic quality is just freaking amazing.
Oh, it is. I mean, look at those guns. Look at all the sharp edges and the detail on them. They
Just
look fantastic.
Done so well. The articulation, I mean, everything about this figure. Like the little gimmicks with the whole...
Wow, there is a lot of value there.
Yeah, and anyways, he actually transforms. He transforms in the city mode. I'm not going to get much into it because there's already a lot of reviews out there that show it in the city mode. But I wanted to bring attention to kind of all of the SD lines that are kind of coming out that really deserve a lot of attention. And he comes with a little cool
Megatron.
Yeah, I love this.
Nice.
What a great touch, and it actually sits in this like
like a little
spaceship
pilot.
mode. Yeah, in the little spaceship destroyer mode.
Yeah.
But this totally reminds me of like a Zoid.
Zoids. Yeah, it's got a
Zoids.
Zoid like look to it.
Yeah, just wow. All I can say is wow.
Yeah, that's definitely a wow
Yeah.
product. Wow.
Very, very well done.
Yeah.
Very good quality, great transformation. Moving on, we have the Hero Hobby line. They're going to be coming out with an Ultra Magnus also that transforms. But their first figure is Grimlock. And for the price point, it's not actually a very hefty price. It's pretty decently priced.
Yeah.
The actual detail and the weight of this thing as well, like it's
Let me feel
gets
that.
a good die cast.
Oh
to it.
wow, yeah. Once again, another figure that's part diecast, part plastic.
Yeah, and it's just it gives it this great balance to it, and it feels substantial.
Yeah.
A lot of cool gimmicks about this. It transforms pretty much like the
original?
regular, the original
Yeah.
Grimlock, and then it's got like this cool gimmick. You could flip his visor to like red. or in my case, half red, half blue. But yeah, done really, really well. Articulation is pretty decent on this guy as well. If you're a Grimlock fan, this is another great little desktop toy, and it really fits in this SD line quite well. And then the other figure here that we're looking at isn't 100% transformable. The reason why is that these individual pieces don't transform into individual bots, but they actually do transform into their vehicle modes. So they do come apart, unlike the Kids Logic version. And this is by TFC. This is a great piece.
It's quite impressive. I mean, we got the die cast there, but once you pay attention to all the individual limbs, you could see that they're really, really detailed. I mean, there's a lot of detail on the parts showing you that these are individual vehicles. So really, really awesome. I'm quite impressed with this.
Lots of good articulation, good wrist movement, the head moves, and you know, the great thing about this is, like you said, it's got some die cast in it and all the right parts again, so it really keeps it grounded. And then the actual eyes light up.
Oh, that is cool.
Comes with the batteries, by the way. You don't have to actually go out and find some weird Asian standard batteries or hearing aid batteries that are gonna cost you $1 million. And you know, it comes in a really nice gift box. It's reminiscent of the G1 to me. The G1 gift set looks super cool and at a much more attractive price than the Kids Logic version, which, you know, comes in pretty steep for a non-transforming, you know, robot. To be fair, you know, that is a licensed product, and the Kids Logic one is, you know, a different kind of design as well. So if you collect that line, you know, that definitely fits into that. But if you can't afford to buy all this Kids Logic stuff, which is a premium, this goes great with the rest of the SD stuff. And I think all in all, these are all great figures to have. So even if you haven't gotten it or gotten into it, get at least one. I guarantee you'll be hooked.
I think now's the right time because all these great companies are putting out all the different and our favorite characters. So get it while you can because there's going to be more coming out.
Yeah, definitely.
And now we're going to take a look at the Takara MP-27 Ironhide, and it looks really good. I'm so impressed.
I like it. There are definitely a few design flaws when I look at it. I'm not a big fan of this whole hip and diaper area.
You know what? I thought about that, but I didn't think it's that bad. It didn't bother me that much. I know a lot of people are complaining about it. I just think of it as like side skirt armor. That's the way I see it.
Yeah, it's definitely not like, oh my god, I'm not gonna buy this figure. But if I had to, you know, comment on anything, it would be basically there's these sides here. From this part up to this part, it just doesn't feel quite right.
Oh, it's like something's missing, right?
Yeah, it's unfortunate. I think if they had addressed this part a little bit more, it would definitely have aesthetically been more pleasing in robot mode. Now, having said that, when we get into transformation later, because it does actually come in van mode, so I had the luxury of transforming it into bot mode, the actual transformation, there's a reason for why it looks like this. The actual transformation is quite clever. So I actually really enjoyed transforming it. There's also whole bunch of accessories.
Oh yeah, this is obviously the big one, and this is of course reminiscent of the original van that did not look like this at all. It's like that battle station battle wagon type thing that was Ironhide back in the 80s. But so that was cool that they, you know, paid homage to that. But this is also cool because this is of course a tribute to the episode in G1.
They actually don't look cheesy. They look
they look good. I would keep it on him when I display mine.
Yeah, and so many little homages is the thing that this thing comes with. It comes with the little cannon hands as well as the little firing fingertips. And then this base station actually, if you notice, it acts as
a little like accessory set. Essentially,
right.
that's what it is.
That's right. And there's so many accessories that it comes with. Like this thing, I have to say, for the value at the price point that this thing comes in and how tall it is, it's almost as tall as Soundwave. What a great amount of value and great nod to the whole G1 homages. It even comes with 2 faceplates.
Yeah, that's right. So there's so much value here. This is probably one of my more favorite masterpieces released by Takara. So I'm really happy about it.
Yeah, same. I'm looking forward to the Ratchet. But yeah, overall bot mode, you know, there's not really a whole lot of complaints other than what I mentioned for myself. But you know, much needed addition to the masterpiece line. Let's get him into vehicle mode and take a look at what the van looks like.
Sure. So here is Masterpiece Ironhide in the van mode, and he looks really good. I mean, just look at it. It's very simple looking, just the way he was in G1, and it turned out to be a really nice looking van.
Yeah, you know, now that I look at it, it feels slightly more narrow than the original, but of course the original wasn't properly scaled or anything.
Yeah.
I felt like the original van actually was already pretty good. It was a good high bar, but they definitely improved on it in terms of coloring. That consistency again with all the paint. And the red panel, the red plastic. It matches decently. In van mode, there's a couple of darker parts in the back here, but other than that, it still is very consistent, so I think that was a great job. And of course, you know, considering how much is going on, which you'll see in the transformation, it does suffer a little bit from a lot of these little panel lines, but they're not that noticeable, right?
No, they aren't. I mean, there are a lot of lines. They are there, but I mean, it just closes in so tightly, and it's so smooth here that I don't really notice it at all. I mean, it's there, but like they did a great job with making them as transparent as possible.
Yeah, definitely. Because something, you know, you'll notice too with some of the panels, it's almost like the panels have kind of a rounded edge to it.
Yeah.
So the rounded edge actually helped to hide a little bit of those. Doesn't feel like you said that the lines don't feel as kind of in your face and sharp. But you know, if I did have to give it a critique, it does suffer a little bit from that. But you know, it's Ironhide. It's a van. It's a lot of moving parts.
I mean, if you know, we went through the transformation, we know exactly why. You know, they have all these lines. There was so much we had to do to get it into the vehicle mode. I mean, actually, I really loved how the arms folded in, like turned in to form this part right here. That was really clever. That was brilliant.
Yeah, very clever. And then how the chest folds in.
Oh yeah, that was something different.
Yeah, it's really cool how they managed to engineer that part. It really made a lot of sense, and how all the wheels tucked in very nice.
Oh yeah, that was a really good transition
in terms of scale. The scale with the rest of the vehicles. It looks really good. And then the chrome really kind of comes out once you've got it into the van mode. Yeah, the chrome is really nice contrast with all the red. Yeah, I'm just really impressed with how Ironhide as a robot was able to just tuck itself into this tiny looking, I mean, it's not tiny, but like it's a van, which is really like just narrow and, you know, closed off, and you know, it's really amazing how they were able to do that. It's quite a bit of robot to kind of crunch in there. Yeah, that's right. And as you mentioned to me before, you can kind of see that, you know, it's all crouched in there. You see Ironhide inside. It's slammed in there, right? Yeah, it's really done well. But all in all, you know, just take a look at the back. Lots of great little details. The windshield wipers are there. Didn't skimp on that kind of stuff. The door handles. Yeah, just really cool. And then the homage for the gun. The guns you can kind of like, you know, stick that in there. There we go. Yes. That's right. It just holds it on the top there, and it springs out. Oh, okay. It's meant to kind of just holds it by the edge. How do you feel about the aluminum painted wheels versus chrome wheels if they would have?
Oh,
the
chrome
on
wheels
it.
would have been great, especially since it would go together nicely with the chrome that they have over in the rear bumper here.
I
the fender.
agree. I feel like it would have tied it in a little bit
Yeah,
better.
yeah.
If they would have done chrome, but I mean, not a huge knock on it. It still looks very good with the brushed aluminum. So let's take a look at our scores for this.
Yeah,
I'm
let's
looking
give-
forward to seeing that too.
Yeah, let's give this guy a score. So, we're gonna give you guys our ratings. For aesthetic, I'm gonna give it a 9. I think it looks great. A lot of wonderful things about the way it looks in both vehicle and robot mode. I mean, sure, I kind of agree with Boris about the side and the hips, but it doesn't really hurt it that much. I still think it's a really good looking figure. 9 out of 10.
I felt overall it was great as well, but as Alex mentioned, there are a couple of big knocks for me. So I'm gonna give it an 8 for appearance.
And for playability, I'm gonna give it a 10. There's a lot of stuff you can do with this guy. There are a lot of options available, especially with the fact that it comes with that little battle set thing. And then there's so many little accessories that it comes with. So there's a lot of interchangeability and options. And the transformation was a lot of fun. I thought it was fun and very, very unique. I've never transformed anything like this before, so that is absolutely great. 10 out of 10.
For me, I felt the same as well. I had a lot of fun posing him. The articulation was really, really great, as well as the accessory set that came with it allowed me to kind of do some different poses, different things with his hands, all that kind of stuff. The different face plates gave it different expressions. So I'm gonna give it a 10.
For innovation, I'm also going to give it a 10, and a lot of thought and engineering went into this. I mean, we've seen a lot of other masterpieces, and a lot of the times they're just rehashing the same mold. This is something entirely unique, and what they've done with this figure is just made something really, really special. The transformation was something that we've never seen before, and to top things off, they managed to turn a blocky looking transformer into something really amazing, really cool looking. That's very, very posable. So 10 for innovation.
I'm gonna give it an 8 for innovation. It was really great innovation. However, there are a couple of things about it. You know, the end result, having the big diaper and everything, for me, that I felt like if there was a little bit of engineering that hid that, I would have really given it some top-notch scores. But otherwise, some really great transformation bits in there. Great work on the hinges, so I'm gonna give it an 8.
So my overall score is 9.67.
And my overall score is an 8.67.
I'm very impressed with Masterpiece Ironhide, and he will definitely look good with your other Masterpiece Edition Transformers. So definitely get this guy.
It's a must-have.
Yes, you must have it. And that's our episode for today. We hope you enjoyed it.
And next episode, we're finally gonna do those kit
Finally.
bashes I talked about. The Unite Warriors / Hasbro / SDCC Devastator.
Bash them together.
Yeah, let's bash them together. I'm sorry it took so long. We just didn't want all this new stuff to get stagnant before we took a look at it.
That is right. So we're gonna see you next time. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, hit the like button, subscribe to the YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, Aegis3andUp, and also follow us on Twitter at Aegis3andUp. Hey, did I mention that we got Instagram at Aegis3andUp? Follow us, and we'll see you next time.
See you next time.